Hello and welcome to the channel Point of View India. On May 2, Gyani Chalaune and his wife Basanti trudged up the hills in Sunarkot village in the scenic districts of Almora to extract raisins from cheer pine trees. The couple had moved from Nepal to Uttarakhand in search of better livelihood and better education for their 3 children. But before that day, they could leave the forest for their home. They heard loud cries. Upon inspection, they found out that it was their friendly neighbor who was caught fire along with his wife. Both Gyani and Basanti, trying to help them, caught fire themselves. All 4 were brought to hospital where they succumbed to their injuries. Chalaune's kid, now staying with the contractor of the cheer pine farm, do not know that both their parents are dead. This brings us to the question, what is the extent of fire in the Uttarakhand forests? Nearly 100 acres of forest has been gutted in the forest fires, attributed to increased dryness and heat wave-like conditions in Uttarakhand. The fires are so big that some of them can be seen from space. About 1,500 acres of forest have been burned in Uttarakhand this year itself, as per the government data. India reported 3,45,000 forest fires from November 2020 to June 2021. Out of which 20,000 forest fires were reported from Uttarakhand alone. The most common type of fires in Uttarakhand is not where the canopy is burned, the upper part of the forest, but ground fires fueled by fallen pine needles. Pine needles come from a cheer pine tree, occupying the lower altitudes of 2 states, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. The needles shed by a cheer pine tree catches fire very easily and are generally most responsible for ground fire in both the states. Which brings us to the question, what causes these fires? United Nations Environment Programme report on forest fire states that human carelessness and lightning strikes are the 2 most prominent reasons of forest fires. But the root cause of the problem lies in human-induced climate change, lack of management from the government authorities, and land use changes every year. Warmer climates, high temperature, and heat wave-like conditions prevailing throughout the world due to climate change are considered to be the most common reason for fires across the world. Apart from that, migration from Uttarakhand villages also seems to be one of the most prominent reasons why the forest fires are increasingly becoming common in the state. More than 1,000 villages in Uttarakhand are completely abandoned, and in many villages only 2 to 4 families live. The grass and shrubs growing in these villages are completely unattended and acts as fuel to the fire. While the scale of damage to the forest in Uttarakhand revealed the lack of preparedness by the government authorities, but it is also important to note that most of the forest ranges in Uttarakhand and other parts of the country have no fire line. Fire lines are areas of non-inflammable patches which stops the spreads of forest fires. For instance, out of the 7 forest divisions in Pithoragarh districts of Uttarakhand, there is no fire line in Munsiari and Dharchula regions of the forest. Meanwhile, the fire lines in the Berinag and Gangolihad districts are less than half a kilometer long. So how do we stop these fires? One very common and inexpensive technique to reduce the risk of forest fires is controlled burning, which has been practiced by the Uttarakhand villages for generations. But due to abandoning of villages, this practice is going extinct. Intentionally igniting small and less intense fires burns the fuel and minimize the amount of flammable materials available to forest fires. Communities in Philippines also maintain 5 to 10 meters of fire line between forests to stop the spread of wildfires. To conclude, historian Sekhar Pathak, who has been studying Himalayan ecology for more than 50 years, added, a united front is needed to save the forests. There should be participation of scientific institutions along with forest department, administration, villages community and the students. Unless such a body is formed, not even an army can stop such a wildfire. That's it for today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Thank you so much.